Platinum Mike Perry. Hope everybody knows who he is by now. The other day he was on the Overdogs podcast and he called Hunter Campbell, which is from the UFC, and he told him on the cell phone, it was on the podcast. Yeah, it doesn't look like, it doesn't seem that he warned him, which is a little weird. I was in pretty high-level business in my life, and you would never call someone live on the air like that. That's a really, really bad idea. But it appears that's what he did. But Hunter Campbell answered his cell and said, "What's up, you lunatic?" Which is just hilarious. I like Hunter Campbell, but that makes me like him more. That even though Mike Perry isn't with the UFC anymore and he's with a kind of a, you could sort of say a rival entertainment company, and that he has, that he's that down to earth that he answers the phone that way. That's how I would answer a phone. If a crazy guy that used to work for me, and I have lots of them that were crazy people that worked for me. If someone like Mike Perry called me, that's exactly how I'd answer. What's up, you lunatic? But, so he says to him, "Hey, why don't you put me on 300 fighting Nate Diaz?" Which, anybody who's a fan is like, "Oh yeah, okay, yep, let's do that." But, he said he's got a better idea. Hunter Campbell did. Why don't you get BKFC to bring Nate over there and fight him there? Bare knuckle. It brings me to this whole point. And I think maybe, I don't know how to put it together, but I wonder if it seems that Dana's patterns of what he likes and what he doesn't comes from the origin of the company. So in the beginning, everybody thought it was, you remember the quote, human cockfighting. Remember the senator said that, blah, blah, blah. And they spent a lot of time and effort trying to dispel that it was not much different than boxing, it wasn't cockfighting, and all this stuff. And I wonder if his views of a lot of things are forged in that, and he doesn't care about anything else. He's already gone over that territory, and the decision's been made. Me personally, I wish they would go outside of the MMA realm. Like One Championship's a good example. They do Muay Thai and MMA and grappling and kickboxing and mixed rules. I think that's very cool. I really don't see a reason. It's not going to dilute the product. And Dana's been very clear, and it's his company and he can do whatever he wants. I'm not putting him down about it. I just wish he was a little bit more open-minded about it, but he was very clear. And he said, that's not what we do here. He said that many times. I get it. Hey, it's not my company. I'm not going to sit and judge. I ran a very large piece of a very large company, 2 divisions of it. So I get it. You get, you have your reasons and you move forward. I mean, if you're going to be a high-level business guy, one of the most important things that I learned is you move forward. You're always going forward. And Dana has said similar things in his interviews, and I realize a lot of people don't understand what he's saying and why he's saying a lot of times. But if you've been in a similar spot, I mean, one piece of my company sold for $4.4 billion, and I ran 2 divisions of it. The total was probably somewhere in the realm of $10 billion. So I get it. There's a lot of things on a high level that you learn and you do, and only people who have been there understand what you're saying and why you're saying it. For me, I would definitely consider, and maybe he has, mixed rules and all kinds of stuff. I'll just leave that at that. Anyway, I would love to see Mike Perry and Nate Diaz. That would be awesome.